Hey there, butt shoppers and MILS fans. We're here to do a tutorial on my patented uh, edging solution for MILS plates. Now, when you're building your MILS plates, you're going to have colors like this on the sides. And unless you plan ahead for the sides that are going to be shown, you don't want this to be the part that people see when they look at your mock. This is just a terrain plate that I'm just messing around with, working on. Just has some rock and sand and dirt and stuff. Anyway, that's not really what this tutorial is about. Just kind of showing you some what I kind of just messing around with some terrain. But so for this edge, you might want to cover that up and have it be flush with your MILS plate. I have a solution for that if you want to take the time in the brick. That way, these could be moved to whichever side happens to be showing. This one I took off of my Volcano Castle mock. That's why it has some transparent lava there. But I mean, you can take slopes and whatever and make it look like rock work. You can do whatever you want on the edge, make it green, plant work, whatever. But it just snaps into your holes, your Technic holes, via this part. So, and then we're going to go through and I'll show you how to make one. Make your own. And as you can see, it's completely flush with that. So you can actually you can secure it on there by studs. It'll be flush with your studs. So, on your MILS plate. So we will go through and we're going to make one. Should be fun, right? Okay. Might not be that fun, but I am going to show it because I don't think anyone else does them. And I would like to show you how I do mine. Okay. So I'm going to take one apart. And it's pretty simple. You need a lot of a certain type of bracket piece, which is okay. I have tons in my collection that I never use for anything. They just sit there. I have a huge thing of bracket pieces. I never know what to do with them. Now I know. So what I need is this to be 32 wide of 2 by whatever plates equals 32. You can use a bunch of small ones if you have to. It's better. I like to use long ones. And then where they need to be connected, I just take a 2x4 and I connect it there at the seam. Then on the back, obviously, you want these little dually hoppers. These come in white, light gray. This is olive green. I have them in those 3 colors. They probably come in others. It's a Technic pin connected to the underside of a 2x2 plate. So if you're unsure of where it goes, it usually should go 2 in, 2 studs in, and that way when it's 2 studs in, it should line right up with the hole. Now you have a plate's width in between these plates and the edge of the MILS, which that's okay, because that's going to be filled in later. So I put my 2 Technic plates with, or Technic stud plates, I don't know what they're actually called, put them on there, and then on the back side, I'll take this kind of bracket. This bracket is, if I can get to focus, it's got the studs on top, and the studs go upwards from the bottom. And I'll put that right there. Now, you don't have to put one on this one that I just took apart. I had them all the way across on all the spots where there was no plate already. You don't have to do that. If you have long 1x plates, You don't have to do that to save on your brackets. Like say you don't have a lot of these brackets. You just put them evenly, pretty evenly spaced along the top edge. I like to have one in the corner for sure, so it's not loose. So then you can see how that is, right? So now that you have that, you can click on your, see now, this is how you see where these would go. So snap that on there. You want to have enough. It depends on the plates you're using, you know what I mean? So am I missing a plate? Any hoodles. It looks like I am missing a plate, which is weird because I thought this was complete when I took it apart. Maybe I had, sometimes I'll leave the stud on the end open in case I want it to connect to something else. So that might have been what I did. So let's do it like that just for whatever, just because that's how this one was. So if you leave it one stud on the edge open, say you had a long run of these, you could connect this one to the next one for more stability. Now, I ended up not having to use two of the bracket parts that I had on there originally, and it's still really stable. It's still complete, still all good. So now you can see there is a little gap in between there, but you'll be sticking stuff on this face if you want to cover that up, or you could just leave it like that if you just want it gray or one solid color. And that way this, no matter which way you're, say this is the front side one day, and then you change your layout around and this is the front side, the showing side. Now, instead of having to make sure you have bricks that match the color you want on sides, say, because this is like, this is, oops, there's some lava. This is just a terrain plate. So it could change which way it faces when you move your layout around. Well, I don't want to have to make sure this. I want to be able to use all different color bricks in my mills without having to switch the showing sides. This is perfect for that because one day this could be the showing side, like so. And next week it could be a different one. But let me show you here. See if I can get some plates out. So I'm going to take a plate and put it there. I'm going to take, and I'm going to take a plate and put it there. And when I do that, these are now flush. And you can build on them. Well, if you have something, and you can connect it. So that's the mills connected to the edge plate. It's seamless. And it just looks good. People aren't going to know that that's a mills. They're not going to see into that. So this could be my front side. You just snap it in. And you can build whatever you want on there. So that is my solution to covering the edges, the funky colored edges of your mills plates. And I think if you make up a good number of them, like I am doing, you can basically have you don't have to worry about your layout, what side of the mills is facing when you're going to display it or set it up at home, because this will cover you. No pun intended. Like you automatically know that you have coverage for that. And then it's very easy to change what's on the front of these plates, depending on what the mills plate has on it. So that's completely easy to do. I mean, if you start with a basic gray or whatever, you can cover that up, or you can make specific ones for each that would work on any side of that particular mills. That would mean then this one is assigned to this mills. So no matter what side I turn this mills, this will work with it. I don't know. It's up to you to play around with. Just a little idea. Yeah, it's going to take more parts than you already put in your mills, but I think it's easier than making sure that the bricks are. Some people have to take their mills apart and put new brick if this is going to be the side that shows. And I think rather than doing that, this is a better way to do it. And so that's that. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my solution to not cutting road plates. So if people want to see that, let me know. Road plate mills, the patented butt shop road plate mills. I should probably get some road plates before I do that, huh? I guess I'll order some road plates so that I can show with actual road plates for that tutorial. Okay, see you later. Whatever. Screw you guys. Don't forget to unsub, and if you find me abrasive, that's good. I really don't.